Hello friends, welcome to Mechanical Sorts. Today we will learn second tutorial that is on a plane stress problem. So let us start our tutorial. First of all, name the project using title command TITLE, comma. Now you have to input the name of project, whatever you want to name. Just give it 2D plane stress, 2D plane stress problem. Okay. Now we have to enter in preprocessor, that is \prep7. Press enter. Now we are in a position to start drawing the geometry which is required for the analysis. So first of all, I will draw a big rectangle. A rectangle can be drawn by using the command VLC4, comma. Now next two input will be the starting point, point of the rectangle. So x coordinate of the starting point and y coordinate. X coordinate I will take it is a 10 unit, y coordinate 0 unit. Now next two input will be about length of the rectangle and the height of rectangle. Length of rectangle I will take as 80 unit and height of rectangle I will take at 100 unit. It will draw a rectangle. Press enter. So there is a rectangle in our front. Now I will draw a circle at this position C. Okay, at this line x coordinate is 90 unit and y coordinate where I will take y coordinate just in midpoint of this straight line, that is 50 unit above from this line. Okay, this will be the center of circle, that is on 80 comma 50, and the radius I will take as a 50 unit, means this will act as a diameter. So in order to draw circle, use CYL4, comma. Now next two input will be center of circle. Center of circle is at 90 units in x direction and 50 unit in y direction. And now next input I should input the value of radius, that is 50 unit. Okay, it will draw a circle at this place. Press enter. Now again I will draw two circle, one at this place, second at this place. Diameter I will take as a 20 unit and the x coordinate at this line is 10 unit. Y coordinate, first circle I will draw 20 unit above from this horizontal line and here 20 unit below from horizontal line, means its y coordinate will be plus 80 and its y coordinate will be plus 20. So let us draw the circle at lower position. Use CYL4, comma, x coordinate 10 unit, y coordinate 20 unit, and the radius would be 20 unit. It will draw a circle on lower position. Okay, again I have to draw a circle. I will use CYL4, comma, x coordinate, that is 10 unit, y coordinate, that is 80 unit. Now radius I will take 20 unit. Okay, these three circles I have total drawn 3 circles. Now again I will draw a rectangle in between center of these two circles. Okay, so starting point I will take at this point as a starting point, and this will be the length and this will be the height. So this will be the length. What should be the unit of length? It should be 20 unit, equal to radius of the circle. Okay, now what will be the coordinate of this point? This point lies 20 unit from 20 unit in negative x direction from this vertical line. Okay, this line is at plus 10 unit and moving 20 unit in negative x direction, I will reach at minus 10 in x direction. So coordinate of this point is minus 10 for x coordinate and y coordinate just above 20 unit above this horizontal line. So coordinate of this point will be minus 20 comma 10. I will use command VLC. VLC is for rectangle. VLC4, comma, x coordinate, that's minus 10. Okay, now y coordinate I will take it as a 20. Next two input will be length and height. Length is this unit, equal to the radius of circle, that is 20 unit, and height, it will be distance between these two center of these two circles, it is 60 unit. I will press 60. Now press enter. It will draw a rectangle. Okay, now I have to merge all the overlapping area. Okay, so I will use the command add, but before adding I will show you something. Let's name all these area. Click on plot controls. Now go to numbering, make area number on, click on OK. So here all the different color area has been given a different name. Purple color has been given A2. This cyan color is given as a A1. Pink color A5. This sky blue color A4, and this is something like looking like red, that is given as A3. Now what I have to do, I have to add these all area to make it as a single area. So I will use area add. A for area. Now use add, means double A double D, comma all. I have to add all. Now observe one thing, when I will add these all area, then these all different normal nomenclature will vanish and the single area will be given as a single nomenclature. Let's observe this. Now there is a green color area and the name of this area is A6. Now what I will do, I will again draw 3 circle total. One circle will be coinciding center of this bigger circle, and remaining 2 circle will be coinciding center with the these 2 smaller circle. Okay, and the radius of circle which I will draw here and here will be of 10 unit, and radius of circle which I will draw here, it will be of 30 units. Okay, so center of this circle will be at 90 unit in x direction and 50 unit in y direction. So let's draw a circle. I will use CYL4 command. CYL4, x coordinate that is 90 unit, y coordinate that is 50 unit. Now radius I told you that I will take 30 unit. It will draw a circle and name it something. Let's observe that older area is A6. Now newer area that is of sky blue color, that is given by A1. Okay, now I will draw 2 smaller circle. Again use CYL4 comma x coordinate of center that is at 10 unit in x direction, y coordinate for lower circle I will give it as a 20 unit, and the radius I will take it as a 10 unit. Okay, press enter, it will create a circle here. Now this purple color circle is given as a A2 area. Okay, now the third circle I will just draw 20 unit from the above horizontal line below. I will draw a circle below 20 unit from above horizontal line. Okay, again use CYL4 command. X coordinate of center is 10 unit, y coordinate of center will be 80 unit, 20 unit below the horizontal line. Okay, that is 80. And what should be the radius? I should take it as a 10 unit. Okay, now 3 new circle are there, and there was a one older green color area that has been named as A6. 3 area A1, A2, A3 has been created. Now I have to remove these 3 overlapping part. So I will use subtract command, area subtract command, that will be given by as ASBA. Okay, A area SBA means subtract. Now I have to give 2 inputs. First input will be the larger area, domain area from which I want to subtract. That is of a bigger area of green color. I will give it a 6 because the name of area of green color has been assigned as a 6, A6. So from A6 I want to subtract. What I want to subtract? Remaining these 3 area A1, A2, A3. You can, what I will do here, I will use all command. What it will do? It will subtract remaining everything from A6. Whatever is overlapping with A6, it will remove that part. Okay, now press enter and observe what it will happen. See here, this part has been removed. This is not a error. This is showing that you have removed some parts. Okay, now next thing is that I will give some input to material type and material property and element type. Okay, now let us input element type. Element type command is et comma. Now I have to assign a number. Suppose here I am using only one material, one single material. So whatever I will assign here, that will apply to this one material. Suppose I was using 2 material, then I have to define 2 type of element, element 1 and element 2. Here et1 and et2, but right now we have only one element. So go for one only. Okay, et1. Now I have to define element type. What does it mean? Plane 82. It is a 2D 8 node structure where two-dimensional structure with 8 node will be created. Now I have to apply real constant. Okay, this is a plane stress problem. So already area has been assigned. Just what I have drawn, that is in form of area. So I have to assign a thickness to this element. So here thickness will be real constant. What are some other real constant? Some other real constant are like area, mass, moment of inertia, thickness, height, and many more things. Whenever we will encounter those things, I will explain. Right now I have to define only one real constant, that is thickness of material. So R stand for real constant, comma, which type of element you are choosing. Okay, here we have only one element that is defined by 81. So just press 1. This will assign, this real constant will be assigned to type 1 element. So now the third input is the thickness of material. Okay, thickness I will take it as a 20 unit. Press enter. Okay, thickness has been done. Now what more we need to define? We need to define here material property. How we will define material property? MP is a command to define material property. Okay, MP. Now what material property right now we require for this problem? We require Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio. So for Young's modulus we will use command EX. EX stand for Young's modulus. And to which type of element you are going to apply? You want to apply it on element type 1. We have only one type of element right now, so just click it 1. Okay, now what is the value of Young modulus? We will take it as a 2 into 10 ki power 5 megapascal. So just press 2e5. Okay, this will define Young's modulus to element type 1 and whose value will be 2 into 10 ki power 5 megapascal. Just press enter. Now next is Poisson's ratio. Poisson's ratio again MP, material property. Second, Poisson's ratio PRXY. It will define Poisson's ratio, comma, to which type of element you want to apply this? 1. Okay, and what is the value of Poisson's ratio? 0.33. We take 0.33 for general material. Okay, it will apply a value of Poisson's ratio equal to 0.33 to element type 1. Just press enter. Now density is also one of type of material property, but right now we don't require density, so we will not give any input for density. But whenever you will require density, you can replace that EX or PRXY by DENS. Right now we are not going to apply that part. Okay, now next thing is that we are going to do meshing. For meshing we need to define the size of meshing. So what I will do, that I will use area size, element size, AE size, area element size. I have to input AE size, AE SIZE. Okay, what does it will do? It will define size of meshing. Okay, it will not perform meshing right now. It will only define size of meshing. So AE size means define the element size for area, which I will mesh up after this step. AE size, where which area I want to mesh? I want to mesh all area, means I want to do uniform meshing everywhere. So, and what should be the third input? Third input will be the size. 1, 2, 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 5 unit, whatever you want, you can give. Right now I will give 1 unit. Okay, AE size, area element size, all area will be of element size will be of 1 unit, that will be employed on this area which we are seeing on the screen. Okay, now element size has been assigned. Meshing has not been done right now. So what I will do, I will mesh all area. Okay, so a mesh, MESH, area mesh, comma, all. I have pressed enter. Wait, what happens? See, everywhere uniform meshing has been done. Okay, this meshing I took very small size. I should have taken a little bit larger size because it will take more time to generate result. For tutorial point of view, you can take 5 unit or 3 unit or 5 unit. Okay, let us move ahead. Now I will type finish, FINISH. What it will do? It will close our prep7 command. Okay, and we will be in a position to enter in a solution section. Okay, I have finished. Now I have to enter into solution section /SOLU. It will take me to solution section where I can apply load, I can apply degree of freedom, and after that I will do the all the analysis. Okay. Now next step is that we will do a static analysis. So we have to tell ANSYS that we want to do a static analysis. Use a and type analysis type typ comma 0. 0 is for static analysis and analysis type 0. Okay. Now we are in a position to do a static analysis. Next step is that I will apply load, degree of freedom and load. First let me apply degree of freedom, that is also known as degree of constraint, degree of restraint, load plot, and here I will plot all the lines. Okay, see here all the line has been plotted. Now I will check what name has been given to this line. So again go to plot control, you go to numbering. Here just make it switch on line number. Okay, and just make it switch off to the area. Okay, now apply. Okay, see here everywhere line number has been given. So what I want to do is that at this position, these all line and these all line, I have to resist all type of degree of freedom, means all type of motion. D is a command which will apply degree of freedom at some node or position or line or some area. Okay, here I will choose line DL, comma, on which line I want to apply. I will see here line number 9. This is C. This is line number 9, line number 10, line number 7, 8, means 7, 8, 9, 10. Four lines are here, and here line number 11, 12, 13, 14. On these four lines, I have to apply 0 degree of freedom to all of the lines. So DL, degree of freedom for line. Okay, or it is also known as displacement constant. I will give it all as 0. DL means degree of we have to restrict motion on line. Which line? I want to restrict motion of 7th line, comma. Now I have to input the area on which the line is existing. So I will show you first what is the name given to area. Just plot area, go to plot and click on area. So here, see here, I have already made the numbering on for area. You have to go in numbering and you have to tick this thing and apply OK. Okay, so this area is 4. Now one more thing you have to do is that go into numbering and make the line number on, apply OK. See here line 7, for 7th line what you have to type DL, you have to restrict degree of freedom on 7th line. Now next input is that line number 7 is lying on which area, that is on A4. See here only single area is there, A4. So you have to type 4, comma, all. I have to restrict all degree of freedom, comma. Now I have to give value. Here I want to restrict everything, so I will give it as a 0. Now if you will press enter, you will see this green type of triangle here. It means that it is restricting all the motion on 7th line. I have already pressed enter, so I will not do it this time. What I will do is that I will change the line number, press it, make it as 8. Now I will copy it. Okay, actually I have to put it, do it 8 times, so I will copy it. See here, now on 8th line I have got the value. In the similar way, I have constrained all the line number from 7 to line number 14. Okay, now this line cannot move in any direction. Now next step is applying load. I will apply a load at this place. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to use a command which will apply load, that is FK. FK is a command which help us to apply a load on key point. F for load and K for key point. Suppose instead of FK I use F, it means that it will help us to apply a load on nodes. Here key points, I have to choose a key point. So for that I have to identify the key points. So just go to plot key point, select key point. Here all key point has been plotted. Now I have to find the numbering. Okay, just go to plot control, numbering, make it switch off, make it on key point, KP key points, press on apply. Okay, now see here I want to apply a load at this position. So keep in mind that this is named as ninth key point. Okay. Now again go to the list line. Sorry, not list, plot lines. All lines has been plotted. Now see here, I want to apply a load on ninth key point. Okay, so for applying load, F for load, K for key point, comma 9. It means that we are going to apply a load on ninth key point. Now comma, what I have to do next is that I have to define the direction. There are three direction mainly, like X, Y and Z. So the third in here second input will define the direction. I will apply a load in vertical direction downwards. See here, y axis is there. It means that I have to apply a load in y direction. So Fy will tell ANSYS that load is to be applied in vertical direction. Now comma, I have to input the magnitude of load. Okay, so vertically downwards I will use a minus sign. Minus sign will help us to apply a load in downward direction. Now what is the magnitude of load? That is 1000 unit. So just press 1 E3. It will apply a load of 1000 unit at ninth key point in negative y direction. Let us observe. See here, a red line, vertical line in downward direction has been showing that a load has been applied on ninth key point on vertical direction whose magnitude is 1000 unit. Okay, now it is the time of solving this question. So just give an input of solve, 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 press enter. Second solution has been done, so we can move ahead. Now I will click finish, FINISH. Finish will help us to come out from the solution model, which we have defined by backslash SOLU. Now finish will help us to come out from solution model and go into the post processor. So for post processor, I have to enter in post processor. Just click backslash post1, POST1. It will help us to analyze the result and view the result. Okay, so one of the general thing which you can do is that you can go in general post processor. Here many options are there. You can go in plot result. You can click on deform shape. Deform shape only. I will go for deformment and deform shape. Click on apply. Okay. See here. Here two different object you can see. Blue one is deformed and the black one was in initial position. Okay, after applying load, this has been deformed in this shape. You can also go for a counter plot, go to nodal solution. Here you can find degree of freedom. Okay, you can see, observe the deformation in both direction, x, y. Let us start from x direction. Click on x, apply. Okay, see here, this contour has been plotted for deformation along x direction. Okay, again, if you want to go and check for deformation in y direction, click on y component of displacement. Now click on apply. Okay, see here, the deformation in vertical direction has been plotted, contours. Okay, so here there is a strip which is showing the magnitude of deformation at different zones using different color. Okay, so red color is having something like minus 0.007755, and the blue color is having magnitude of minus 0.075076. Okay, so you can compare where is the maximum deformation, where is the minimum deformation. So we know that load is acting here. So at this point, nearby this point, deformation in vertical direction will be maximum. So blue color counters are there here, and it is showing that maximum deformation are in blue color zones. So one more new thing I will teach you today is that how to create different window and how to plot different number of counters in all type of windows. So just let us learn that. I have told you that we are going to create different window. For creating window, we have to type backslash wind, WIND. Okay, now comma. See here, second input, I have to give window number. It will create identity. Suppose I am going to create three window. So I will create three blank window, and on those window I will be plotting something. Okay. So while plotting, I have to call the name of window. So I have to create name of window right now. So next thing is there is I have to create a name of window. Okay, just I will give it like that one, wind backslash wind comma one. Now there are four input more which has to given define to define this window. Okay, so what are these four input is that first is x minimum, second is x maximum, third is y minimum, fourth is y maximum. Means x minimum and maximum. It will define the length. Okay, length of window. And y min and y max means y min and y max. It will define the width of window. Okay, so these four inputs are important to define the window. Right now, what instead of these four input, what we can do is that we can select all. Right now, if I will type all here, it means that it is going to select all activated window. Here right now we are having only one window, so only one window will be selected with this command. Okay, so there are some more command like l top, l bottom, r top, r bottom. Means left top, left bottom, right top, right bottom. There are also a single command which will help you to create a window in one quarter of this entire single window. Okay, so I will use first. What I have to do is that I will show you some code. Just wait. See here, I have written code separately. Just I will copy it from here. I will directly paste here there. Okay, so let me explain this thing. First command is backslash wind all comma off. Okay, it means that first command will select all the activated window. Right now we are having only one window, so it will select that window only and make it off. Now next four command, what it will do that it will create four different window in one, and the size of window will be equal to one quarter of the entire window. And what will be the location of those window is that first it will be created at left top, second will be created at right top, third will be created at left bottom, the fourth will be created at right bottom. Okay, so l top, r top, l bottom, right bottom. These are the four commands which you have to use there to create four different windows, and the first command will make of the activated window which is only one window right now. So let me copy and paste it. I will paste it here. Just right click and click on paste. Click on paste. See here, the activated window will remain no more, and the four window that has been created. Okay, so let us check once the output. Here one more window you will get, that it will tell you what is going on. Whatever you have command type there, the output will also be shown here. If there will be any error, it will indicate here directly, and you can eliminate those type of error. So see here, there is no error. I am not able to find any error. And see here, at this point, window 1 deactivated, window definition and specification are retained. Okay, now remaining 1 2 3 4, four window has been activated whose coordinate are given here. See here, x minimum, x maximum, y minimum, y maximum. It means that this is the length and this is the width. Okay, it has been defined using l top, r top, l bottom, r bottom. It means that there is no error and four different window has been created. Now next thing is that we will plot something which we have created a window. We will plot some contours in all the window which I have created right now. See here, there are four commands we are going to use right now. Okay, first is gplot. That is a gplot is a command which help us to plot the controlling the general plot. Okay, now next four command is that it will help us to plot different contours or anything which we required in different window which I have created earlier. Okay, so see here, backslash gcmd1 and pldist2. It means that plot deform shape in plot deform shape. Okay, this command pldist2, pldist comma 2, it will help us to plot the deformed and undeformed edge. Okay, the similarly the second command Here same thing common, it means that this command will help us to plot in second window, this will plot in third window, and this will plot in fourth window. Okay, pl and solve, it means that plot deflection. Okay, it will plot the deflection, similarly it will plot equivalent stress and the remaining thing. Okay, so I will copy this command and I will paste there. Okay, copy paste, I will paste here and I will see what changes will come in this graphics plot. Wait, cursor is okay. See here, that general command controlling system, it made animals to plot the deformed system. Okay, okay. See here, four commands, four windows are there, and four all the windows are having deformed and undeformed shape both. See, actually they are what they are having. They are having contours. Okay, and the command which I have used, I have explained that the same thing has been plotted in those four windows. So guys, I think that you people have learned a lot today. I have tried my best to explain each and everything which was involved for this tutorial. And one more thing I want to tell you is that see here, you can write a code on Notepad or anywhere on any text editor. Right, I am showing you full code. You can stop it and you can see each and every line. I am scrolling it. Okay, now this is the last part. So see, uh, this is the code which I have wrote on my notepad. Thank you guys. I think you have learned a lot. So with this, I will end my tutorial, and I will also request you to like, subscribe, and share my channel, that is Mechanical Sorts.